Okay. Thank you all for coming. And I'm going to try to pare it down a little bit because I know it's Friday afternoon. And it's raining cats and dogs here. I don't know how it is for you all in Pennsylvania. But the purpose of this, my name is Sarah Clayton, and I am your Kennedy sales rep. My role is to help build a working relationship between you all and Kennedy so that your needs are met and that you know that there's open communication so that we can provide the best services for you. We've been working with Census over the past few months to kind of set up a system so that you all can order offline, and we've set up junior and senior buying with you all. Your junior buyers and senior buyers at this location, Michelle and Ryan are the seniors, and everybody else is what's called a junior buyer. And we have that structure in place, and I'm going to get into that as we talk about the website. One of the purposes of this meeting is just to introduce you to Kennedy Connect. That's our online website. You do have to have a username and password that is unique to you. So we'll be giving those or emailing those out to you after the meeting. So once you've been trained, you'll be able to go on and do everything that I'm going to show you. In addition to me, you also get a customer service representative who's assigned to you. Her name is Faye Barefoot. So you have two contacts at Kennedy that you can reach out to if you have any questions. I am usually not in the office. I'm usually out and about. Faye is always in the office, so you always have one of us that you can reach out to. And Renee's always available as well. She said yesterday on our conference meeting for you to ask questions if you want to direct them to her. I'll send out my contact information, my direct contact information and email, and also Faye's to you after the meeting so that you can have that for your records. And then we can get started. Are there any questions before I start? No?
No, I think we're good.
Okay. So this is our website. This is the main landing page, so kennedyoffice.com. We have a very strong website. We're very proud of it. I feel like it's very user-friendly. It operates just like most of the websites that you shop on, so it tends to be you know, familiar, which is kind of a nice feature. Some websites aren't as user-friendly. This one that we've just redone within the past year, and we really involved a lot of our clients with feedback and getting it set up so that everybody was happy with it. So I'm going to show you all the different features that we have to offer on here. Everybody will get a unique username and password. I have been working with Census. I've been with Kennedy for years. I've been working with Census for about a year at the Raleigh locations, and so I've been doing inventory at their location. Sadly, I won't get to fly to Pennsylvania every other week to do inventory for you. I like to travel, so that would have been nice. But I'll be here to answer your questions and also to help you, so you'll still have that benefit of that consult from me if you need it, if you require it. So I do inventory at the location in Raleigh on Davis Drive, and I go in twice per week, and so I'm set up as a junior buyer so that I can go ahead and enter the order for Sherry. I'm also doing the Six Forks location with Amy, and so I'll enter in their orders, and then they are the senior buyers, so they have to go in and approve it. So that's kind of what I'm going to take you through. The junior buyer, that would be me and some of you, and then I'll take you through what a senior buyer sees and what their role is in the whole process. So this is my unique username and password. Most of you, with the exception of Christine, I think is the only one, there was already a C. Jones, so she's going to have a different username. But the rest of you have your first initial and last name as your username. And to start with, your password will be Kennedy. I'm going to send that information out. And you have the option of changing or keeping that password on your first login. So I'm just going to log myself in here. We do recommend that if you want to bookmark this page, that you bookmark it prior to signing in, because of this, that is, the landing page and this page are two separate things, so they kind of function a little bit differently. So things might change on that front page, and they might not be reflected if you don't log in each time. So we do recommend that you do that. So now I've logged in. You see that it recognizes that it's me. Welcome back, Sarah, so you'll see that. And then this is just showing me here, you actually only have one department in Dubois, so you won't see a change in the department. You just have department, I believe it's 199. Some of the other locations have several departments, and there are several that are located under here, and I'll show you that. So right away, you don't have to worry about this piece, but I will show it to you. If you do have to set up a separate department, you do know which department you're ordering for because it shows it to you at the top. Then all the buttons along the top, that's the home button. There are 3 different ways that you can place an order. Quick order is my favorite screen to go to because if you already know your item numbers, it's easy to just type them in, dump it all into your cart at one time, and you're good to go. You can also, I'm going to show you a little bit of each of these. You can also shop using the favorites list. This is what Census has come up with as the core list. And so you'll see there's this master core list at the top. And that is going to show you, I'll go ahead and click it, all of the 110 items that are on Census's master list. Basically, if you want to order, let's say, a calendar, Census would like you to order one of these calendars because this is what we have specially priced for you. This is something I should have mentioned before, but when you log into the website, the reason that you have to have a specified login is because your pricing is different than what it would be for another company. We have what's called contract pricing, and that just means that Kennedy is contracted to you and committed to honoring prices that we've agreed on for specific items, and that really comes in handy to Census when you have high usage of certain items. We can give you better pricing for those items, and so when you log into the site, this is Census's specific pricing. So if you were to log in at a different corporation using their login information, you would not see the same pricing. So this is pricing that's specific to you all, and that's why Census would like you to order off of the core list as much as you possibly can. So this shows all of the 110 items that are on the core list that we want you to try to stick to. We've also broken that down and categorized it for you. So if you know you just want batteries, calendars, computer, desk supplies, you can just click on those items and shop that way. So I know Carrie asked me earlier to order her some binders, so I'll show you ordering this way, and then I'll do 3. She needs 6, so I'll do 3 under the favorites list, and then I'll do 3 under the quick order tab. So she needs binders, half-inch binders, 6 of those. Right, Sherry? I'm right about, was it 6? I think she might be on mute. Okay. So I'm going to scroll down till I get to my...
Yes, it was 6.
6, okay, 1.5-inch binders. So there's my item number there. I'm going to jot that down since I've got it pulled up because I'm also going to show you how to put it in through quick order. So it's SPR 62465. Okay. And I can add them right from here. And you notice that yellow C, that means this is a contract pricing. So we know the items that you order should have that C by them. So I'm going to put in 3 using this method. And I can add it to cart. And then you'll see that it says 1 item, but that's because it's that one specific item. There happens to be a quantity of 3 is in the cart. This is the quick order button. If you've got lots of items to order, sometimes it's a pain to kind of go and hunt them down that way. You can just enter into text fields here. So STR 62465, and I'm going to hit enter. And it shows you here that it pulled up those slant ring view binders. Now, it doesn't say 1.5-inch here, so that's something that we could add to comments, and that can show up. I think it does show up your favorites list that way, but you can click on this here, and it provides you a link. So then you can make sure it's the right order. You can go back to the quick order screen and it keeps it there for you. It doesn't make you start all over again. So you do have the ability to switch screens and come back and it should still be there. You can do one of two things at this point. Your favorites list are already built this way. If you need to create another favorites list, if there's something else that you want to create, you can add to cart and save to favorites. You can just add favorites. We're going to go ahead and add those to the cart. So if you had 20 items on this screen, it would put them all into the cart at one time. And you can see again, here's our Davis Drive location. We know that that's where it's going to ship to. You won't have that problem because you only have the one department. So I'm going to go ahead. Are there any questions so far?
No,
it's pretty. You're good. Okay. Yeah, it is a pretty straightforward website. You know, just playing with it sometimes a little bit. If you have questions, I'm always available for you to call and ask. Faye is as well. But it's pretty straightforward. You can search for items as well if you know that you need something specific. It will pull up, let's say, I don't know, we could do binders again, and you can see the binders that pull up. And it'll just pull up binders, and again, you just can see that there are the C's there. Those are contract items that are discounted for census, so there's several of them on there. You see the P, that means a promotional item. That means that's on promotion for this month. Usually our promotions, though, run quarterly. So you'll see that for the same item for 3 months at a time. So you can also shop that way to find items that are contracted or on promotion. And many of them show that there's a C. The reason a lot of them have a C, not all are in your core list that do have a C. You're also under a separate pricing structure. So we do what's called contract pricing, and then there's the next level of buying, which is catalog pricing. And so we have you on a competitive catalog after that. That kind of catches the next level of items for you that you might use frequently and discounts those for you as well. Those prices can shift quarterly well, not quarterly really, it's twice per year. They kind of do a little bit of shifting with those types of prices. Your core items, though, don't shift. Those prices are locked in and stay the same. So now I'm going to go to checkout. We've got, that's all that Sherry needs to order. So you'll notice there is no minimum order. They're right over on Davis Drive. We deliver to them often, so there is no minimum order. You can order. We prefer, of course, that you try to order an amount. But for your location, it will come UPS out of our distribution center. As soon as I do checkout, it does not come to our distribution center just yet. So once I place this order, and I do have to hit it twice, so once you hit checkout, it takes you to this screen, and it shows you that your order requires approval. That's if you're a junior buyer, and that your order will be submitted to Sherry Hinton. So I know that my order is going to go to Sherry, and then I still have to click this button over here. That's one step for some reason they've added in. Sometimes people miss it. They think their order's already been placed, and then they log out, and it's still sitting there. So you do have to still hit this place order button, and then it will tell you, thank you for your order, and that it has been placed on hold, and an email has been sent to Sherry. So right now, Sherry should be getting email to approve the order. So I'm going to log out as me, and then I'm going to log back in as Sherry so that you can see what now the senior job is to do. So this just shows really quick. This just shows you where it's being shipped to. So you might want to check. You won't have to worry about that again because you just have the one, but it is getting billed to Uniontown, and there's your items down there. Okay. I'm going to log out as me, and then I'm going to log in as Sherry. Oops. Okay, so when Sherry gets her email, she'll get an email saying that there's an order pending approval. And so that's where she finds that right here, this green box at the top. And she knows there's one order right now. Sometimes there'll be more than that if you have several juniors. There might be 3 orders in there waiting approval. So you can just click on that. She can also shop, just like I just showed you, so she can do the same things here. And she doesn't, it just goes straight to our distribution center. So right now your order as a junior has come to Sherry, and she can open it and she can look at it. She has the ability to look at approval history. That'll just show her what she's approved in the past. And this is, I did forget to show you this. As a junior, you have order history also that's available to you. I'll cover that in a second, but that just shows you. So if you ordered something, and last June, and you can't remember what it was because you don't order it very often, you can pull up your order history to get the item numbers that way, so you don't have to try to hunt it down. So when Sherry goes in, or when the seniors go in, this is what they see. They can look at the order by expanding it here. It shows you that all of those are under contract buying. So, that might be something as a senior you might want to make sure you check out. If there's something on there that does not have that, that might be something you need to make sure that is necessary, or if there's not something you can sub in that is off of that contract price. So if there's a binder that somebody put in that was $686 instead of $262, you could say, you know what, there's a 1/2-inch binder on contract for us, we're going to switch it out with that. And as a senior buyer, you have the ability to do that because you can edit the cart. So let's pretend one of those binders was not properly put in, and it was coming at a $6 binder. So you could come down here and edit the cart. You can deny items. You would just click on this, deny the item. You could put a comment in there to tell why. Just say switch to contract binder. And then you could add the correct binder. That will show up to the junior, and that kind of is helpful because it shows them, oh, I didn't realize there was a 1/2-inch binder on contract. Next time they'll know to order that instead. So that allows you to take the incorrect items out, put the correct items in. If there are items on there that aren't under contract buying, but you know that your user needs, it just goes through. You don't have to do anything. There doesn't have to be a fee for the order to go through, but that's just a nice way for you to monitor the spend. So Sherry can, at this point, approve the order. Do you approve it, Sherry? I think she's muted. I think we're. Can you hear me?
You're putting me on the spot, are you?
I am. It's all under contract.
It won't let. So you want me to go to my email and approve it?
No, I can do it for you. I've got you pulled up. So
okay.
I'll just push you approve the order. It's the right stuff. So
okay.
there's 6 total, and she gets this. Sarah Clinton submitted this order. It's been approved. Now I'll get an email back to me, and Sherry will get a confirmation. So now this order has now officially been placed. It's now gone to S.P. Richards, which is our wholesale distributor in Charlotte. In your case, it might not come out of Charlotte. I think it might come out of Baltimore because that'll be the closer distribution center to you. And so it'll go to Baltimore, be processed, and you'll get it the next day. Usually orders, if they're placed by 4:30, 5 o'clock, still come next day. After you get past 5 o'clock, sometimes they still will, but you might end up 2 days out if it's past 5. So that's that. Your order will come shipped via UPS. You have just the one department, so you won't have to worry about that. But if there are multiple departments, the department would be on the front of the box, so you would know this box goes with this department. It would all get marked separately, and it would be in separate boxes just for billing purposes, A, and distribution purposes, B. Are there any questions?
I would like to say something. I get some odd requests, as Sarah knows, and so I will always send her an email and ask her to order me something because I'm spoiled, and she always will tell me that she gets me the like I don't know what the part number is, so I'll just send her an email saying somebody wants this, and like I said, I get some odd requests. So this is an engineering center, so you can just imagine. So it's nice to have somebody to deal with like that. So I'm sure all of you will find a time or two where you might need to reach out to Sarah.
Yeah, and I respond very quickly, and usually I'll give you some other suggestions. I think there was a whiteboard that someone had wanted that was very pricey. Yes, we found a very comparable solution that was about half the cost. So that is something that I have to plug in. My battery's low. Hold on one second. Hold on.
Sarah, I have a question too.
Okay.
My question is this. In Dubois, we have a requisition system that for us, there would be a purchase order in BPICS. We haven't been told that that would negate that. If you're telling me that this is going to negate the purchase order, I still think we have the electronic requisition to back up the purchase. I still don't see the need.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, we can change. Sarah, can you facilitate changing the junior buyers to senior buyers?
Sure, absolutely. So what everyone will have, it'll just be that orders will go straight to the distribution center.
That would be great. And then
okay.
the only thing I would want to see is a monthly report of the spend, just so we can question anything that stands out that we didn't approve already, if there would ever be anything, which I doubt that there would be.
Right.
Right. And we will be running, or we will be having monthly reviews, and at least initially, and that may turn into quarterly reviews, but we certainly can get monthly reporting so that you know, the purchases can be monitored. I think that's a great idea anyway. We're going to do that.
I believe
the last step of our requisition process is to add the purchase order number into our electronic repository for requisitions. So what we could do in this instance is add your Kennedy office order number in that slot. So we would have a tie-out between order number to requisition with all the approvals, which would be auditable for finance. So I don't see the need for the extra step in signatures.
Okay. Yeah, and it does give you, on checkout, it will give you an invoice number. I'm pulling that screen up right now, so that if that's what you wanted to. Although at checkout, there's a PO usually involved already. I'm waiting for that to pull up. We do have you currently set up as getting emailed monthly invoices. And that just goes, I don't know that that goes to the specific departments. I can check into setting it up that way. I think right now the emailed invoices go directly to Uniontown, to wherever the billing is there. But is that something you would want sent directly to your department?
I would just want a monthly report of all the spend and who placed the order, so I can just do a cross-check against our requisition system to make sure that everything, you know, matches. We have the approvals that are necessary, just as an audit. That's all.
Okay. Now, do you want that? Now, this is Michelle, right? Do you want that to go to you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I will.
And I will say, just to me and to Calvin Chen.
Okay. Now, for some reason, I'm thinking it can only go to one, but I'll check.
And just see. Well,
okay.
If that's the case, then I'm going to tell you to give it to the Dubois, and it's DUB-materials@census.com.
Okay, so if it's just one, it goes to the Dubois materials@census.com, and it's with a hyphen, right? Gotcha.
Correct. And it's Dubois is abbreviated DUB.
DUB-materials.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha. So if only one, I'm just jotting this down so I make sure I get it right. Okay, and I'll, when I recap the meeting, Michelle, I'll email you just to double check that, that address before I turn it in.
Perfect. And I'll address this to all my buyers so they know what to do.
Okay, perfect. Now, we'll get everybody changed over this afternoon, so everybody will be on senior buying for your location. I'm going to show you this really quickly. This is the order history screen. So you can go down into the screen and see. You can print up any of the invoices right off of here. Or not invoices really, but it gives you the invoice number. You can open it up and it shows you your order and your order details. And then you can also put it in a printable format as well. So it will give you this. If you need to print that out for any reason, you do have the ability to pull that right offline. If you're not seeing what you need and there's some missing information that you need, just contact us. We can run reports for you that you're requesting. We can send you invoices that for some reason they should be, if they're emailing to you, you should be getting them. But if something's, you know, not connecting somehow, we can absolutely do that on our end and make sure you have what you need.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. I think they can close that. Let's say to close that here. Okay. All right. I really appreciate all of you coming and doing this with us. Does anybody have any closing comments, questions, expectations?
I'll jump in there. This is Renee. Just to let you all know, we're going through this process training the junior buyers and the senior buyers. And Sarah, is this the last training session or are we having one more?
This is the last session. I'll email the link out. We could have another one if you feel that it's necessary. I know there were about 4 people total who were not able to make a session, so I could do one more. Or I could do
let's do one more on Monday.
On Monday?
Yeah. And then
Monday I'm out of the office, so let's go for Tuesday.
Tuesday's fine.
Okay.
And
I'll just set up a time and email those 4 people then.
Perfect. So once we finish that final training on Tuesday, there will be an internal communication that goes out for North America, letting everyone know that we have selected one provider and that we have specific people within each location who will place the orders. So I'm sure probably that the process is not going to change very much for each location. There's probably, you know, the people that have been ordering are probably the people that are still going to be ordering, but we're just going to make a formal announcement. Now, if you need to place an order once Sarah sends you your link, you certainly can go ahead and start doing that. You don't have to wait for the internal communication, but I did want to mention that one will be going out to let everyone know what's going on.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, again, thank you all
very much this afternoon. And thank you, Sarah. We really appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
You'll have a good afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Goodbye. Have a great day. Bye.